So I just got off of, I feel like I'm so far to the right. I just got off a 3-hour long Final Fantasy stream breaking down the new Monk rework for Endwalker. And I thought it'd be great for me to share what's changed for Endwalker and my feelings on it as a Monk main for as long as I can remember my Final Fantasy life has been. So let's talk about it and let's get some conversation going on here. What's up, good people? It's your Final Fantasy homie Jay. And right off the bat, let's talk about the main thing that's changed with Monk prior to Shadowbringers Monk. And one of the biggest things is that Monk has went from 6 positionals to 2 positionals, which is now on par with most of the melee. Dragoon actually has the most positions in game now, which is crazy to say because Monk went from 6 and now down to 2 as the final product. So positionals are no longer the main focus on Monk anymore. Another big thing that's changed with Monk is that we have the Masterful Blitz, I believe. Please don't beat me up if I say that. I literally just finished streaming for 3 hours and trying it out for the first time. And I didn't look at any information before I went in it because I wanted to give my honest opinions on the stream. If you're interested in watching that VOD and hearing me talk about it for 3 hours, that's in the description below. This video is kind of giving you the overview of how I feel and what and my feelings going forward as a Monk main. But Masterful Blitz, it's a brand new meter that's gonna give monks something else to work with other than just the chakra gauge. The idea of it's great. The combos look cool. I feel like optimizing it's gonna take time. There's gonna be some monk mains out there who's gonna really want to optimize that bad boy. But I think just understanding the basic of it is pretty straightforward. It's a little more straightforward than I was surprised to see. But it's pretty straightforward. I'll be interested to see how other people feel about it. If you've been able to try out the new Monk, drop in comments below how you feel about it. You know, what's your current thoughts on it? You know, if you're liking it, if you're loving it, don't like it, you know, leave a comment below. Let's start the conversation. As always, I love to check up on y'all and see if we agree or disagree. Either way, it's a great conversation. The last thing that changed about Monk, and I was actually kind of surprised by this, because Monk has always been that class where there's a lot going on, there's a lot of buttons you're pushing. And there's a lot of stuff happening. It's kind of like Ninja, where Ninja has this burst window of buttons they're pushing. Monk is constantly pushing buttons throughout the fight, and it's in a consistent way. And one of the biggest things that's changed is that most of the Monk's global cooldown buttons are gone. You know, the ones they have are just usually damage buffs or damage mitigations or things like that. Which is interesting because a lot of our off-global cooldowns have become part of the Masterful Blitz. So we actually have less buttons than we did in Shadowbringers. I was setting up my hotbar and I had so much space and I was so confused. I was like, I must be missing some buttons or something. But no, we just have less buttons, which, you know, it's a bad or good thing depending on, you know, how you like to be busy. And then the final thing, of course, is the dash. It's cool. It looks dope. You can dash to the boss. You can dash to your teammates. You know, it's a fun time. I don't have too much to say about that. That's probably one of the best things that has happened to Monk and Walker, and I think people are gonna have a lot of fun with that. As a Monk main, though, and this is when I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. And if you follow my channel, if you subscribe to my channel, you know that the reason I fell in love with Final Fantasy in the first place was because of Monk. Like, I was that weirdo who I couldn't find a job I really liked until I landed on Monk, and I fell in love with the positionals because my attention span is like, huh, what you say? So Monk allowed me to embrace that short attention span of I always need to be focused on something. And positions allowed me to stay busy, where I was moving left, where I was moving back, even if it was just a little bit, and it was just a lot. I had a lot of off-global cooldowns I was pushing. I just felt busy every time I did something. Like, I never felt like I was just being stagnant in it. And you know, with the attack speed and stuff, you just get faster. So it was just a really great experience for me, and it's something that I fell in love with. And then as far as Endwalkers, Monk, it's one of those things that, like, you know, you fall in love with something, you know, there's a reason you fell in love with something, and then when that reason goes away, it's really hard to still be in love with that thing. And that is Endwalker's Monk for me. I tried to find reasons on the stream last night to really feel like I loved it. And as I did the dailies, because I didn't do any story mode, so it's a spoiler free. As I did the dailies, I just found myself like kind of bored. And it was sad because, like, Monk, I've never associated boredom when I played Monk. You know, with Dragoon, I can feel myself kind of bored. I love it because it was very straightforward. But with Monk, I never felt bored. I always felt busy. And just doing the dailies, I felt really bored, and I felt myself doing positions that weren't there anymore. And it really was sinking on me on like how I'm not enjoying this class anymore, and how it's sad to see as a veteran monk who enjoys positionals. I know there's people out there who don't like positionals. I know positionals make savage mode hard. I just started getting into that content, so that did not affect me as it may have affected other people. And I completely understand if you're happy that the positions are gone. Somebody who's enjoyed positions like myself, it really made me sad to see the state of where Monk is, because now it feels like it's streamlined with every other job. Yes, I know that, yeah, I know people are happy with like the free flow combo, but how free flow can you get with the combos? Maybe I didn't get it that advanced into it, but there's still some structure there. So how free flow can it be? You know, when you're kind of annoying your combo rotation. Oh, but the positions allow my mind to stay focused. And now being less positionals than Dragoon, I just feel like, for me, the identity of Monk is gone. For me, positionals was an identity for me when I played Monk. They may not be the identity for you. They may not be the identity for other monks. Maybe other monks find the identity as a free flow. Maybe monks find the other identity of just punching things with their fists and watching things die. But for me, positionals was the identity for Monk. It was the class that I played because it had the most positionals. That's what Monk was. It was positional heavy. And now with it being gone, I don't know. I don't find Monk as enjoyable, as engaging as I once had. And if you watch any of my previous videos, I was probably one of like 3 people who shared Monk content as far as like how much I love Monk and trying to help people understand Monk. And now I feel like this video is me breaking up with my long-term lover or something. like we've had a great ride, but you've changed to the point now that I just don't know who you are anymore. and it's crazy. I literally don't know where I'm gonna go from here. And maybe that's a good thing, that now I can venture into some of the other classes and really give them a time and understanding. And I know a lot of people subscribe to me because of my Monk content. And if this video breaks your heart, I apologize. And if this isn't, something that you want to hang out with me with anymore, I completely understand. But it breaks my heart after I play Monk. So we're heartbroken together. So just going forward from here, I don't know if Monk is going to be my main class anymore. I can probably certainly say that it won't be because of the lack of positionals. That is just what drove me to Monk. So now I am on a journey to find a class that I enjoy. So you'll probably see a lot of different videos as I'm trying to figure that out. Whether that's Black Mage, which is a class I've been playing, Reaper, or anything else, we're gonna have to search for a new home, because our home has changed. And instead of me just venting and complaining about it as I keep playing it, I'm just gonna do the adult thing and move on to something different. So as always, hopefully this video, and don't think I'm saying that Monk is bad. I don't think Monk is terrible. I just think for me, it's not the class for me, but I can see why they did this for Monk, because it's going to streamline the way that people can really enjoy this class who did not like positionals. If you didn't want to play with a spear, but you wanted to punch people with a fist, but you didn't have to worry about positionals, this job is now the job you can bop with, because Dragoon now is the most positional class in the game, which is so weird to say. But I do think that this can definitely help the community of Monk grow. But for me and my people who've been hanging out with me, this was a disappointing Monk change for me, and I'm pretty sad about it. Maybe they'll change it in the future. Maybe they'll make some more changes. I'll keep an eye on it, because I do want to still love Monk at some point. But on the day one try, this ain't for me. And I would love to know your thoughts, whether you have played Monk, read about Monk, if you're enjoying it, if you dislike it, or if you're happy about the changes, or you also, or there's other things you're just not happy about or happy about. Drop in the comments below, because I would love your feedback. And also it can help other people make the decision on whether they enjoy still playing Monk or want to try Monk or not. And as always, happy questing. I want you to enjoy Endwalker, because I'm going to enjoy it, and I just got to find a new home to go to, which there's plenty out there, and I just can't afford them.